Hello, everybody, and well done. You have made it to our final week. And this week is dedicated to sentimental items. And it is with well reason that it is in our last week, because by this time, your joy checking skills are razor sharp. Okay, so you have a good understanding of what brings you joy, what kind of makes you bubble over, gives you that electricity, and also maybe finding it a bit easier to let go of certain things and send them forward because they've served their purpose. Okay, so let's first say that those that haven't 100% finished the kimono category, and that's myself included, that's okay. The only thing that is recommended there would be to still set yourself a deadline to finish the category. Maybe that is end of the month. So set yourself a specific date, time, say 31 October, 5 o'clock, it's all going to be done. And to keep yourself accountable, we're not going to have this group anymore. So maybe connect with someone, even if it's a virtual meetup. Say, I want to take a video on this date and day to show you kind of everything that I've done. If it's me, that's 100% fine. I'd be so glad to do that for you, and I will definitely marvel at all your hard work. You can even connect with the charity that you are going to be donating to and say, on this day, can you come and collect the items, or I will be bringing the items on this stage. Okay, so it just adds that extra motivation. I guess then also just say well done to how far you have come already. So see how much joy that currently brings you, those need spaces. Perhaps they are more functional, just streamline. Take that and just remind yourself just a bit further, because we've been now working hard for 6 weeks. An extra 2 to 3 weeks can really make a huge benefit and be so advantageous to lots of years to come. So you can do it. You're almost there. But just a moment to reflect on our sentimental items. Again, the whole category follows the same joy checking, sparking joy process, which is you are going to be collecting all your sentimental items and bringing them into one spot. So sentimental items is something that is so almost like it kind of streams over into different types of things. It can be almost anything, because it's an heirloom, or it's a piece of furniture, even a chair that has been passed over from generation to generation. It could be a necklace, it could be letters, so many boxes of letters from school days, or whatever the case may be. There's photo albums and photos. It could be books, it could be an old rugby jersey, or your guides, brownies, scouts, Boy Scouts hat, for example. Okay, so again, you're going to be putting it all into one space. Okay. And yes, there is a lot of emotions now attached to it. And if anything kind of bubbles over, that is completely natural. And, take your moment. I think, there are a few tips here and there for sentimental, items and this whole category. But it's a tough category to work through. I think, because you don't ever want to feel like you are betraying someone. If you have lost someone, this can be incredibly difficult, because sometimes if you are, let's say, giving away something, sending it forward, you may feel like you are sending that person forward, or that kind of thing, and that's really tough. I think what you could do there, like I say, take a moment to really be in this process. Some things that have been valuable to others is taking a photo of yourself with the item, or just of the item itself, and that already is kind of a memory bank that you can keep if you ever want to reflect and look at it. So if it is your Cubs your Scouts hat, you know, kind of put that on, take a snap, and you have got that. Okay, so that's perhaps kind of an easier item. The only thing that we need to remember is that if we do send something forth that has such a large emotional attachment, is you don't really completely letting go of a memory, because precious memories stay with you, are ingrained within you, so it won't easily dissolve just if an item goes away. But if we do have some items that have, you know, bad connotations or kind of just weigh you down, then it is good to kind of let go of those. It's time for to let go of those, and not have it in your visual space, and in that space that is supposed to be your sanctuary. And remember, it has to trigger that ideal lifestyle that you set out in the beginning. Okay, so then perhaps it is time that it can be sent forth. So an important kind of idea here is, again, to refresh that gratitude that you have been doing every week. If you haven't, that's also been okay. Maybe it's been easier just to let go of things, but with this week, it is important to just show some gratitude to the items, mainly because, one, they perhaps have taught you something, and also if you say thank you and send it forth, it is then easier to reflect on it as something that you have already thanked and said, okay, you've served your purpose, go ahead. And it makes space for you for new moments and new memories as well. Okay, so remember that gratitude, even if you need to write it down big and paste it up in that space you're going to be doing the tidying. That's perhaps a good idea, is just to say, you know, write quotes out for you, or say thank you, and yes, even if you want to do a prayer or something like that, yeah, like I said, it's a big heart category almost that you're going to be working on. Okay, so again, bring your items into one space. I'm just showing like a few, so it's going to be photos, letters. I have a recipe book here that and there's a note from my parents when I was 7 years old. So it's in my mom's handwriting, and it's like, nou kan jy lekker bak en brou. And this book, I mean, if I look under the chocolade blokkies and the lemon meringue, you know, those pages are almost dulled out by all the ingredients messed on them. So that is really a memory that it just lifts me up, and it's just joy. And I just remember the farm days and that kitchen and the dogs and chickens, and so it's something that it doesn't weigh me down. It doesn't have any emotions that you know, that I don't want to take with me into my future. So I will definitely keep that. If it's something, let's say that let's say it is a photo or something, you know, scan those things in on your computer if you'd like. Photos should definitely just bring joy. If it's something, an old thing about, I mean, I'm talking about, you know, these hard copy photos we used to print out. I know we have so many on our phone nowadays, but, you know, though, if it's just something like, you don't even know what it is and what the context was, I mean, that is something that you can let go. So only have photos that spark joy. And my 2 cents, this is my own reflection that I've, you know, been doing throughout the 6 weeks. So take it with a pinch of salt, but it's, you know, each item should have either a functional value, so a use, or it's usually something that's nice to look at. So it's almost this beauty value, which is again another a use, right? So with that, and especially for Sentimental Week, don't let your sentimental items just be stuck in a box or at the back of a cupboard, okay? Because then they're not, then one, they don't have a use, and two, you're not looking at it as something that brings you beauty and brings you joy. So I would say is my recommendation, is to kind of use the sentimental items, make it part of your space. Okay, so that really helps, because if it's in your space and it doesn't bring you joy, then you know, okay, it's time to send it forth. So, lots of times we have crockery or, dinner plates and things that are so precious and, being handed down, that you don't want to have a chip on those. But maybe it's time that they are enjoyed, because that's the whole point of it. So kind of bring them to the front, let people use them, your family is the most important. Don't just leave it for when the special person, the prime minister, comes. Let your kids and let your family member enjoy those. Okay, so bring everything to the front. Don't let them stay in those boxes and that kind of thing. If you have lots of letters and things like that, make a scrapbook out of it, or hang something on a wall. So have it so that you can look at it, or that it can be displayed. So again, either use it or enjoy its visual, kind of its visual value that it's bringing to you to spark joy. So those are the tips. If I think of more, I will definitely send them through. But yes, all the best, because this is a tough week. So definitely connect, and if you'd love to share a story about something before you send it on, please feel free to add it to the group. That will be so interesting, and then you have written something about it before it's sent, and serves a purpose perhaps in someone else's life, or be thankful that it taught you something and has served a purpose in your life. Okay, so enjoy it. Please, let's connect on the WhatsApp group, and we'll chat again soon. But I'm so glad that all your items are finding a home, that you are those that have been, working hard, enjoying the process. Thank you for inspiring me as well. I must say, I look around and my space is also just feeling so much lighter and brighter. So I'm also so thankful for being able to join everyone on this process. So yeah, keep well, and we'll connect soon. Bye.